right, well, good morning to you, everyone. It's Comic Artist Pro Secrets. I'm Ethan Van Sciver. I'm a 26-year veteran of the comic book industry, world's most charming, elegant, eloquent, and yet humble man. Great big Star Wars fan, comics gate in a nutshell, trusted member of the media, and here we find ourselves. I don't mean to do this to you first thing in the morning. I mean, some of you are just waking up. Some of you on the other side of the country, this is noon, and you're like, stop talking about it being morning. We're already well into our day. But I bring you all to Bleeding Cool. Bleeding Cool. A hellish landscape. A hellish landscape of pop-up ads and things like that. I gotta get ad blocker. All right. Well, anyway, Bleeding Cool brings us this amazing article today. The thoughts of Bob Iger, CEO of Disney, as he crumbles to his knees and says, "I guess I just can't do it. I guess when it comes to Star Wars, we have failed. We have failed. We tried everything. We tried calling the fans toxic. We tried calling them Nazis. We tried hiring and firing every single director in Hollywood. We tried disgracing all of George Lucas's creations one by one. And we tried putting out divisive movies made by round-headed fools whose entire mission statement is to disenfranchise 50% of the movie-going audience. And yet, despite all of our efforts, we couldn't get people to like Star Wars. And yeah, I mean, consider me aghast. Consider me completely bewildered." Bob Iger says, finally, less is more when it comes to Star Wars. In other words, we'll keep more of Disney's money if we put out less Star Wars content. Bob, my friend, that seems to be the case. And here we go. A beautiful article here written by Caitlin Booth, I guess. I'm not sure who Caitlin Booth is, but we'll investigate her writing prowess. There has been a significant amount of discourse around Star Wars and the future of the franchise. At the moment, Lucasfilm and Disney are heading into the last month of promotion before Star Wars. Oh, it's coming. I've already bought my tickets. It's about 6 weeks away, maybe a little less. We're gonna be subjected to Star Wars Episode 9, Rise of Skywalker. Some of the most unimpressive trailers for any Star Wars film, and the buzz, the hype for this movie is zero. I went to Walmart to go buy toys for this, to actually get toys to review. There are no toys yet. They're just re-releasing Return of the Jedi toys. I'm grateful for those. They got all this Jabba's Palace stuff. Totally rad. I'll show you those in a little bit. All right, on the TV side. No, wait, hold on a second. At the moment, Lucasfilm and Disney are heading into the last month of promotion for Star Wars. Rise of Skywalker comes out. People are starting to look to the future, and the future is no Star Wars. On the TV side, there's plenty of Star Wars content on the horizon, with The Mandalorian dropping next week, and currently untitled Cassian Andor, that's going to be garbage, and Obi-Wan series, that's going to be great, currently slated for Disney+. We've made Star Wars straight to television now. It's straight to TV. However, no one is really sure what's going on with the movie side of things. Game of Thrones showrunners David Benioff and D.B. Weiss, quote-unquote, ready, walked away from their planned trilogy of movies. Do we really believe that happened? Do we really believe that these guys actually walked away from doing Star Wars for any reason whatsoever? Seems like they might have been pushed, thus throwing the future of Star Wars movies into chaos. They left and everything went chaotic. These guys left. The guys who ruined Game of Thrones, the guys who couldn't stick the landing on Game of Thrones, they quote-unquote left, and then everything was thrown into chaos. Well, why couldn't you just keep them there? If these guys were holding everything together, if these guys were the glue that was keeping Star Wars in line, that was keeping Star Wars the prestigious, the amazing, and beloved franchise that it's always been, why wouldn't you pay them any price to keep them there? No, they walked away, and it's all chaos now. While the movie's garnered some praise from fans, it did leave an empty release date in 2022, and not a lot of time to fill it. Fill it with something. Fill it with yourself, Bob Iger. Dig a hole, jump in. A new interview on the BBC Radio with Disney CEO Bob Iger might shed a little more light on the future of Star Wars under the Disney umbrella. Iger has previously said that they plan to put the brakes on Star Wars a bit People have taken that as Iger or other executives being unhappy with the current crop of movies. Why would they think that? Why? Why would they suspect that Bob Iger is unhappy with the current state of Star Wars? Well, that's what we do. When things are going pretty well, we say, stop doing that. Like the things that we're doing that are doing wonderful things for our company and our business. Let's stop that and let's do some more destructive garbage. That's what people do. Yeah, there's no reason to think that anyone at Disney is unhappy with the direction of Star Wars under Kathleen Kennedy and under Rian Johnson. I'm going to blame Chuck Wendig. I'm going to blame, who else can I blame? Let's blame Pablo Hidalgo, too, just because his name is so goddamn fun to say. Yeah, Iger says that very much isn't the case. No. Don't think for a minute that, we are unhappy with Star Wars. Don't think that we don't like what we're doing with Star Wars just because we're putting the brakes on the whole kit and caboodle. Don't think for a minute. We don't want you to think that we don't approve of the disaster that these idiots who we hired have created. All right, quote, I have said publicly that I think we made and released too many films over a short period of time, Iger said. I have not said that they were disappointing in any way. I have not said that I'm disappointed in their performance. I just think there's something so special about a Star Wars film, and less is more. Yeah, that makes complete sense. That totally makes sense. Your cash cow, hold it back. Hold back the cash cow. Because it's special. We want it to be special. But by the way, why don't you just fill our streaming service with endless Star Wars product? Because it's so special. It's so special. It doesn't belong on the big screen, but it does belong on your iPhone and your Netflix app, your Disney Plus app. Okay, good. It isn't porn, guys. It isn't porn. Don't worry. For a second, we were freaked out about porn. All right. Bob Iger doesn't mention what the plan for Star Wars post The Rise of Skywalker will be, but we should hear something about something sooner rather than later. It's unlikely that the 20 toilet paper ads. Yeah, okay. Let's move this up here. And by the way, buy Charmin, I guess. Charmin toilet paper. It doesn't stick to a bear's. These ads with the bears and the I'm sorry. These ads with the toilet paper, the bears, and the toilet paper is sticking to the presumably poopy fur of the bear's rear end. These are intolerable ads for me. They are intolerable. I don't want to. Oh, Charmin doesn't stick. Charmin doesn't stick to a bear's poopy fur. Thank you for putting that in my head. I'm trying to eat a plate of lasagna. You sons of. All right, let's move on with this. Forget about the ads. Let's not get distracted by things. All right, so it's unlikely that the 2022 release date will be taken by the still in development Rian Johnson trilogy of movies. This is all of this is speculation. None of it's real. Disney and Lucasfilm, they hold their cards so tight to their chest. Everything is propaganda. They float rumor and innuendo for fan reaction, and then they demonize the fans and call them toxic when they disagree with those floated theories. It happened to me. Many times. It sounds like the announced Kevin Feige won't be taking its place either. Yeah, Kevin Feige's coming over from the MCU, which is successful. It's so successful, and yet apparently it's not special. It's not a special thing. They keep pumping out these Marvel Comics movies that Martin Scorsese keeps calling garbage. They keep pumping them out. They keep making $1 billion, but somehow it's just not as special as Star Wars, which loses money right now, which is actually losing money. That's interesting. Yeah, Marvel Comics, you're not special. There's nothing special about a Marvel movie. Yeah, that's right. So if Iger means they want to really slow down, they could bypass the release altogether. We won't have another Star Wars movie in theaters till 2024. Oh no, Bob. Oh no. 2024, we have to wait for another Star Wars movie that has nothing to do with Star Wars. Oh, please save us, Bob. Save us. Get more of this invented crap into movie theaters ASAP. It's so important to me that I find out what happens to nobody that has to do with Luke Skywalker or George Lucas's creation. Please make it happen. Thanks for watching, everybody. I agree, Bob. I agree. Less is more with Star Wars at this point. Make fewer of these things, and let's maybe put Star Wars out to pasture, or at least give it back to George Lucas and see what he comes up with. You guys have destroyed the greatest science fiction franchise of all time. Unreal. Thank you, Mickey Mouse. Oh, you're welcome. All right, everyone. If you like this video, please hit the thumbs up button. Go check and see if you're still subscribed to this channel. YouTube is unsubscribing people. Please resubscribe. And if you haven't yet, do subscribe to this channel as we lead up to Star Wars Rise of Skywalker. And tonight is the High Council right here on this channel. I'll see you there. Bye-bye. Hey, I got a P.O. box. Want to send me some mail? Send it to Ethan Van Sciver, P.O. Box 607, Marlton, New Jersey, 08053. And I'll probably open it up on the live stream. Thanks very much, everyone. Hey, you want to follow me on Twitter? Are you sure? Well, if so, I'm at Ethan Van Sciver. That's at Ethan Van Sciver. See you there.